Hello everyone and welcome back to Europa Universalis for the Religious Wars, and we currently have two wars going on. One is the Nahuatl Stampede or whatever. Definitely they're just gonna conquer everything from the Mayans. That they're actually facing off against four nations, but they're all very weak. So Nahuatl, as one of the more powerful militaristic nations, or military-wise, or nations military-wise, that's what I wanted to say. They're definitely gonna stomp them easily, simply because these nations are not united and just, you know, weak in general. Now, for some reason, whenever I start off a game, this is unrelated, it lags very much for the first like 3 minutes. It's really a bummer. I don't know why this is. I don't know what I can do in order to prevent this, but that's just something that I've noticed happens, and I do apologize for the you know, less quality in the videos, but that is just you know, there's not much I can do about it. At least I don't know what I could do. But yeah, anyway, so we have the Tengri War, the second conquest of Beijing, and they've just lost a big battle over here, and that's actually what we're going to look at. We probably should go a little bit slower for the beginnings and just see what happens. Oh my god, this is so far to scroll in. Alright, so we're going to see the armies in a minute. At least we should. Oh, there we are. Alright, so there's the army. Cool. So there's 34,000 confusions, and they're building more. But obviously the Tengris have just been beaten. So that is bad. Actually, how is their manpower doing? Because I remember that Tengris did not have that many men in reserve. And, well, they're actually up to 40,000 again. Okay. That definitely changes things. Okay, and the Zoroastrians are actually up here now with 64,000 men. Nahuatl are still the strongest, about 70,000 men is what they have. Very cool. But yeah, I wanted to check out the wars again, so please, let's do that. Okay, so still only that. Nahuatl will take more provinces, of course. Another battle. Okay, so this time the Confucians have attacked. It seems like the Tengri could hold out. Nope, I think the Tengri will lose again. This is a close battle. It's a close one. Oh, no, the Tengris got reinforcement just in time, and therefore they actually have been able to win the battle. Okay. Now the Confucian navy obviously is still much more powerful, but it doesn't really, you know, do much other than just, you know, standing around over there. So I think, yeah, the Tengri again will win. That's very likely, at least. Okay. Even though it says they're losing at the moment, but that's probably because, yeah, they did not own Beijing. Now they do. Another 30,000 men in there. Oh, but they lost 2 battles. Okay, so the Confucians have been able to win 2 battles in a row. And now the Coptic Empire declared war on the Ibadis. The poor Ibadis, they've been attacked so many times. Okay, that's the conquest of Muka. Well, we'll see how that goes, while the Nahuatl continue that conquest. Okay, so they've already landed. So the Ibadi always get attacked, yet for some reason they're the ones going straight into the enemy country. So now if they're actually smart, they would just block off with their navy, but they are apparently not that smart. Okay, so the Coptic Empire just has all of their armies massed over here, and they're gonna go right into Muka, which I think is a mountain province. Yeah, so it would have been so easy for the Ibadis to defend into the mountains across a strait, yet they decided they would just go in themselves. But now they have a big naval battle. Oh, and there's 15,000 Coptics on this, so they could actually get destroyed. How are the ships? It seems like the Coptics are doing a better job. They have more heavies. One more heavy. Interesting. So we'll see how this works out. Yeah, it's very close. Even though the Ibadi should have the superior navy, and they do, but it's not as powerful. But yeah, look at the Coptic army. Yep, the Coptics lost at least a couple of troops, not all of them. But now 40,000, you should be able to take them out, but not in the mountains. Alright, so I think the new war has started. The Zoroastrians declared war on the Sikh Empire, the conquest of Kabul this time. They no longer want Gore, they're going straight for Kabul. Okay, so we'll see how this goes. 60,000 Zoroastrians against, is that it? 27,000 Sikh. So they've still had to recover from their war against the Ibadis. So that is definitely painful for them. Okay. So how's this war going over here with Tengris? It seems like they have more men. 24,000, 25,000, 7,000, and this is only, yeah, this is the only Confucian army I can see Yeah, 42,000 men is now what they have. Okay. Ugh. Goes so quick. Wow. They just wiped 20,000 Tengris. Alright, Tengri, that was bad. You're gonna lose your shit. Alright. Nahuatl is now at 75%. How much are they gonna take? They haven't really occupied that much, but enough, I would say. They should definitely take over Kato, but they do not have any claims over there. Okay, so they have 3 claims. They're definitely going to take these 3 provinces, perhaps even that one. I'm not sure, but that's possible. And we have a naval battle over here. Nahuatl Empire actually has 17 ships, and they've just taken 1 province from the Mayan Empire. So they piece out these guys separately to take even more stuff, which I guess makes a lot of sense. Alright. So let's watch what they actually take. So they've been black flagged, but yeah, that should be come on, you're fully occupied. What are you waiting for? I think it's because Muskan is still in there with 21,000 men. Yep, but they have not actually participated. If they would have actually been in the war, this might have changed something. I don't know, but it could have. But it seems like the Nahuatl are not getting any military access. But yeah, that didn't matter. They just full annexed them. Another 4 provinces out of this war for the Nahuatl Empire. Definitely going very strong against the Mayans here. So we'll see if they're going to be able to escape into South America. Perhaps they even go to into the Caribbean. I don't know. Anything else? So we have the Coptics and the Zoroastrians and the Tengris. Now the Tengris are probably going to lose very soon. How's the war for the Coptics going over here? They still have Muka, well, they besiege it at least. So I wonder what happens once they take it, because it seems like the Ibadis are not doing anything. Although they are now blocking the strait, interesting, and they've just been attacked. Okay, and they lost both wars against the Coptics, both battles. First they've been attacked and got slaughtered, and then they attacked into mountains. So this must probably be because of their general? I can only imagine. He's only 5 fire and no shock, well, 1 shock. Seems like the Coptics are really making some gains, but I don't think they're going to be able to defend forever. At some point they're just going to get slaughtered because they spread too thin. Oh well. And how's it going over here? So still Beijing is being occupied once again. And they lost a colony, I believe. But they do have 42,000 men. Just striking at another 7,000. Yeah. The Tengris are rebuilding their men quickly. Oh my god. They're actually able to win this battle, perhaps? It was a close one. That was unfortunate. But I think that just marked the end of the Tengri invasion. And we have a new war. Now the Orthodox are striking at the Jews in the conquest of Crete. So yeah, the Zoroastrians are winning their war, so are the Coptics. Okay, so those are definitely interesting things. Yeah, the Sikh are getting a hard time there. They're getting beat, even though the Zoroastrians just attacked into mountains here, but they are winning nonetheless, which is surprising, honestly. I thought the Sikh would win, but nope. The Zoroastrians are doing a really good job. They should definitely occupy Ghazi over here, and maybe even their capital Quetta to actually make... To actually seal the deal on this. So yeah, the 80,000 ships from the Orthodox, they're continuing to colonize their lands over here. Very nice. And, okay, they have 34,000 men over there. And where's the Jewish army? 20,000 men, that's it. Plus what they have on the ships. They should certainly, most certainly use their ship advantage and kill them. But apparently that's not in their interest. They're besieging the war target over here. That makes sense. Alright, anything else we have going on? Nope. So those are the wars we have. The Tengris are probably going to lose. Coptics going to win. So I think the Zoroastrians, it's safe to say. Although, yeah, the Coptics again. How are they doing this? Yeah, they probably because they have their armies together, whereas the Ibadis always do a really bad job in organizing their men. But they're now trying to retake Muka over here, but they've been attacked once again and have been beaten. They have been beaten. So yeah, I think the Ibadis will lose this, and the Coptics will be able to create a foothold on the Iberian, not Iberian, on the Saudi Arabian or Arabian Peninsula. But now, oh, maybe perhaps now they have a chance. 90,000 men, 21,000 men, but they're too far away. They could get slaughtered again. And a new war has declared. The Shintos have declared war on the Confucians. Now, wow. the wars are now getting kind of too much to handle at the moment. So the Confucians, without allies, are now having to fight the Tengris and the Shintos. Now, I think they're going to be piecing out the Tengris rather quickly here. The Tengris rather quickly here because, you know, they've already won by 31%. I think they're not going to stay in this war any longer. Now, the question is, will the Shinto, they have the bigger fleet. They have 10 heavies. The Confucians only have 5. Although, yeah, they only have 5. They actually have more ships, but they definitely have more heavies. So, but where's their army? 21,000 men in the Kurils and 17,000 men over here. But I think that the Shintos will not actually bring over any troops. At least that's my guess. I think they're just gonna stay in their island, which is always a problem, but oh well. So yeah, we have that. The Coptic conquest, and let's check out the Orthodox once more. Has there been any battle? No. So the Coptics are bugged out over here, which is very sad, but they're winning another battle. Wow. They've been able to defend with only a small force against way more people, way more Jewish people over there. 12,000 men is what they had. And Crete is already being besieged. Good. Now, unfortunately, they're bugged out. I don't know what I can do to help them, but probably as soon as one of their provinces falls, they'll be able to use their men correctly again. And, oh, finally, it does seem like the Coptics have been beat in a battle. Don't know if that's going to be enough for the bodies to actually defend. Yep, now they actually finally overpowered the Coptics. Very nice. Very happy about this. It took them a while, but so they might actually be able to stop the advance. And more wars, is that correct? Jesus. The second Catholic conquest of Mursi. So the Catholics again go against the Sunni Empire. Holy balls. So the war, the world is on fire, really. So now this really starts kicking off. Okay. So I wonder, are the Orthodox still allied? They're still allied with the Protestant Empire. Okay. Okay, so we again have the Sunnis over here in Genoa. The Catholics are now taking Provence. And they've even taken Lisboa. Wow. So they really want to push out the Sunnis out of these lands over here. They're going ham. They want to create the Roman Empire, I can imagine. So yeah, they have a claim over here and here, so that's probably what they're going to take. But the Sunnis have already a very nice foothold in the Iberian Peninsula, which I like. Okay, so there's so many things to look at. I really don't know where to look at first. So probably... there's so many wars going on. Shinto conquest, Shia conquest. So Zoroastrians should probably be able to win rather soon, yeah. So 40,000 men against 22. Even though they just lost the castle. Oh, and they lost another battle. Ooh. Wow, and that caused them to lose way more occupations. But now, oh my god, the Shia have taken the chance to declare their war on the Sikh Empire as well. So yeah, the Sikhs, I think the Sikhs are done. They have two of the mighty empires next to them, declare war on them. I don't think they're going to be able to defend. So yeah, poor Sikh, you are sadly, you're sadly going to be gone very soon. And the Shia actually do have a lot of claims over here. Very cool. So yeah, the Sikh will not be able to defend. They have 2 wars now against them. That's too bad. Now Beijing, or the Confucians, have pieced out the Tengri and taken a lot of provinces. I do apologize for raising my voice, but yeah, they've taken 5 provinces as far as I can tell, or one of them is actually just a colony, but they've taken 4 provinces off of the Tengri and again split them off. So now they're just at war with the Tengri. They have only landed 17,000 men. That is not enough. You gotta bring over your 21,000 men, otherwise you're just gonna get slaughtered. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. 17,000 men, you're not gonna win. Although the Shinto religion does give, what does give? Morale? Yeah, it does give morale, but they have 15 military technology. They're definitely, so they have morale advantage and technology advantage. So they could win. I just doubt it. I kind of doubt it. Alright, what else have we got? So that's the Shinto. We have the Zoroastrians. The Orthodox, still going after the Jews. The Coptics, still winning their war. Okay, let's check out the Coptics for now. There's another navy battle. Shia against the Sikh. Okay. So the Coptics still hold Muka, which is probably the biggest part of their war score. And oh my god, they have been able, despite being pushed back, they have been able to actually take 3 provinces off of the Ibadis. Wow. They had so many more claims that they could have taken, but wow, that is surprising. Now the Ibadis, in turn, actually started to colonize over here. Now, I'm not sure if that's the smartest thing, because they're going to have to be able to defend this, which it doesn't look like they're going to be able to. So that's very sad, actually, that, you know, the Ibadis have such a great defensive position, and they've been unable to keep it this way. Huh, I don't know. But, okay, so 1 war down, so that happened. The Catholics are winning slightly, but that's probably going to take a while. Okay. So I hope I'm not missing out on any wars here. Let's check out on the Jews. So yeah, the Jews are actually making progress simply because the Orthodox are stuck. Yeah. That sucks. But I honestly don't know what I can do about this. They only have 10,000 men that they're using. Perhaps it would help if I would log in as them. So let's actually try this just to see what they're doing, because I kind of feel like this is not nice. They actually could do way more. So let's see what they can do. 40,000 men. Now, I don't want to move them, but let's just see what happens if I stick in there a while. Alright, so let's go back to observe and see if there's actually fixed it. It did not. Nope, they're still not moving. Huh. Well, I don't know what to do about this. I don't really want to... I could move their army, and I probably should. But that kind of feels like cheating. I don't want to cheat. But it's 40,000 men that are stuck. No, I think I'm just not going to have a part in this. No, I don't want to. And yeah, the last 14,000 Shiite... I know the 40,000 Shia over here, but 14,000 Sikh troops are defending the capital quite fiercely, but yeah, they're not going to do that forever. Only 12,000 men. They have a lot of cannons. Yeah, they have 8 cannons, but only 3 infantry. Wow. Alright. So the Catholics are now losing. The Orthodox are winning, obviously, but not as much as they used to. Same goes for the Zoroastrians. And the Shinto winning by 1%. How's that possible? They apparently did win a battle. I don't know how. They only have 14,000 men. But it seems like they have won a battle. Probably the technology or technological advantage is what does the job. What are they going for, actually? What is their war goal? Can we see this, please? Huiyan. This province that they're besieging right now. Okay. So actually they do have more than just 16,000 men. But yeah, oh my god, the confusions are building up. 30,000 men almost. But they're not attacking. They're actually retaking their stuff. Well, as I said, the Shintos will probably not do much because their main force is over here. And the AI is very bad at handling ships. So they're probably not going to be able to bring any troops over. Any more than they already have. Alright, so... okay, Orthodox conquest. No, yeah, the Orthodox is still over here, still bugged out. That is actually something that bugs me. They only have 17,000 men, and the rest is taking attrition. God, it's just bad. It hurts. It really hurts watching this. So hopefully I'll ever be able to change that. And the Sikh only have 6,000 men. So soon enough, the Zoroastrians will peace out, and so will the Shia. Okay, so that's the end of the Sikh, I think. Yeah, so they've just lost 2 provinces. So the Zoroastrians only took their 2 cores, their 2 claims. But what will the Shia take? I bet they're gonna take all of the coast. I can imagine, just to link up their lands, or at least attempt to do that. Now they will need Bela for this, but they've already taken the capital. So yeah, they're not gonna last much longer. Poor Sikh. Oh well. Yeah, the Shia are already at 52%. Yeah, this is not gonna happen. Take another fort province. How many more forts do you have? You have some in Lahore, in Cholistan. Okay. They do have 1,000 men trying to take back their capital. Alright. Yeah, this poor Sikh, so this is not interesting to watch, but this is interesting to watch. So, the war target is still being held by the Confucians, but now it just changed. Okay, so that was that. So the Shinto are winning their war now by 18%, simply because of Nanjing and Huiyan being occupied. So they might actually be able to get something, but I don't think they're gonna be able to hold on to it. Okay, so an Orthodox are winning. Just the Catholics are not doing too great, it seems like. Although they have all of these provinces occupied, wow, with their 40,000 men. Yet, the Sunni do have quite a lot of men, 25,000 men in the Heartlands, and 34,000 men in the Catholic Heartlands. But, yeah, so 48,000. So it does seem like the Sunni have more men, but they don't have any navy that I can see. They only have one ship. So yeah, now the Catholics, you should actually bring over your men, at least into the Heartland, if not your own, in order to actually do something. But that was the end of today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. And oh, excuse me, we now finally have the Orthodox Empire moving their troops, so that is something very good. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Steve Gironca, signing off.